Vietnam has been and is one of the astounding investment locations of the world's leading automobile manufacturing and trading corporations. Some prominent names include Kia, BMW, Mercedes. When investing in car businesses for vehicles with no more than 9 seats in Vietnam, investors will enjoy many advantages such as convenient location, developed infrastructure, and abundant and cheap human resources. So, when doing car businesses in Vietnam, what conditions and licenses do investors need to satisfy? Market access conditions when conducting car businesses. For investors in the car business, there are two options to conduct car business in Vietnam: import or manufacture vehicles. Both investment options are not subject to market access restriction for foreign investors. However, according to the provisions of the Investment Law 2020 and related act decrees, investors still need to satisfy the regulations to be granted a certificate of eligibility for business operations such as having a maintenance facilities, meeting fire safety conditions, and many other conditions. Conditions for manufacturing, assembling, and importing cars. Pursuant to Vietnamese law, to be permitted to manufacture, assemble, or import vehicles, enterprises must meet the following conditions. Enterprises must have a facility for automobile quarantine and maintenance. For automobile manufacturing and assembling enterprises must also meet the following conditions. Enterprises have the right to use factories and production lines legally and meet the minimum requirements of Appendix 1 of Decree 116/2017. You can read the detailed requirements of factories and production lines via the attached link in the description. For businesses importing cars, they need to satisfy the following conditions: being a newly established enterprise, complying with regulations on automobile imports management, having a written confirmation or document proving that the enterprise is authorized to represent foreign automobile manufacturing and assembling enterprises to carry out recall orders for imported vehicles in Vietnam. Licenses required when conducting car sales business in Vietnam. After satisfying the conditions on market access and regulations on manufacturing, assembling, and importing vehicles mentioned above, investors will need to carry out procedures to apply for the following licenses to ensure the legality when conducting car business in Vietnam. Number 1. Investment Registration Certificate and Enterprise Registration Certificate. These are two certificates that investors must have in order to register a legal entity in Vietnam. Investors will register directly with the Provincial Investment and Business Registration Authority where the investment project will be implemented. Number 2. Quarantine and Maintenance Facility Certificate. The Quarantine and Maintenance Facility Certificate is the legal basis for the enterprise to prove that it has met the requirements on premises, tools, equipment, and human resources to serve the quarantine and maintenance of vehicles. It is one of the most important documents for investors to apply for a conditional business license when trading in car businesses. The Vietnam Register under the Ministry of Transport is the competent authority to issue the certificate. To know more about the procedure for applying for a Quarantine and Maintenance Facility Certificate, you can refer to the attached link in the description section. Number 3. Certificate of Eligibility for Automobile Manufacturing and Assembly or Automobile Import Business License. Depending on the business form chosen by the investor will register with the Ministry of Industry and Trade to be granted the appropriate business license. It is the legal basis for the enterprise that has met the condition to conduct car businesses in Vietnam. Investors also need to pay careful attention to the provision of Decree 116/2017 to ensure eligibility, to maintain the license as well as minimize legal risk while implementing the project. Number 4. Fire Prevention and Fighting and Occupational Safety and Hygiene Certificate. The above licenses are necessary for businesses to ensure smooth operations as well as compliance with the laws in Vietnam. Investors need to work with the fire prevention and Fighting and Rescue Police Department to obtain a Fire Prevention and Fighting and Rescue certificate, and with units designated by the Ministry of Labor, Invalid and Social Affairs to obtain a Labor Safety and Hygiene certificate. That is the necessary information about the conditions and licenses required when doing car business in Vietnam. Depending on the type and scale of operation of each enterprise, the case of applying for a license to conduct car business will be different. For advice and support in establishing a car business in Vietnam, please contact SIG Law Firm for the fastest and more accurate advice. SIG Law Firm is an experienced legal service provider in Vietnam with expertise in investment, enterprise, and labor law. Over the years, SIG Law Firm has built a prestigious clientele with prominent names such as Lotte, CEO Suite, Alliax, and Handy Lao. That's why you will always receive dedicated and optimal service when working with SIG Law teams of lawyers and legal experts. If you find this video interesting and useful, please give us a like and subscribe. Click on the bell icon to receive new video notification, and we'll see you soon in the next video of SIG Law Hub.